Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Um, a lot has been going on in the NBA the past couple of weeks. To be more specific, the strike of one game, one game, one day from the Milwaukee Bucks and a couple other games that went on, a couple other teams, and also a couple of other games throughout the league, throughout different leagues. I thought that was I thought that was strong to just cancel a game. It takes a lot of money and a lot of time to pay for all this stuff, advertisement, and everything else. So I thought it was a strong act, even if performative. Some money was lost, and to me, when people lose money, things start to actually change. So whether the good or for the worse, depending on who's on what side, um, that's a little different. But one thing I wanted to kind of speak about is LeBron. Um, he's kind of been seen as being a narrative spinner, more specifically, kind of within the last couple of weeks as well. Where we see him putting out things through the athletic, putting out statements through Shams, who was signed to Clutch. We already know he has a sports agency within the league while being an active player. We've seen him use that power, for instance, with Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he wasn't going to sign unless they signed Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson's clutch. KCP getting the big money from the Lakers. Um, while having several 1 point games. And this is no way, no slant to that, because getting your people paid is the name of the game. When they sign on to you as a sports agency, your job, you have one job, and that's to get them paid. So um, that just seems like that sort of political gain, that sort of propaganda within controlling a league, and to just kind of see the strings unravel just a little bit. I think outside of the element, within this bubble, within everything that's going on as far as the news cycle, um, I think the book slip up was a little bit bigger than most people will account it for. The Malcolm X book slip up. Um, but what I want to discuss with LeBron is just really the amount of, I would say, discipline that it takes to span a career this long in the spotlight, completely in the spotlight, number one in the spotlight. If there's there's not many people that will stand next to him and command the spotlight more. I think maybe a president. I mean, if Trump was with him, I don't know why that would ever happen. But if Trump was with him, I mean, Jesus, maybe that can, if um, but I mean that in a way is he's been squeaky clean. I've always had this kind of conspiracy theory that LeBron James wants to be the president of the United States because most athletes, most stars, all of them, they've all had just a little peek of a demon, a little peek of reality. Um, and that's the reason why I say the threads were kind of unraveling with the Malcolm thing because we've never seen anything other than the right answer. We've seen a little bit of a different answer. We've seen mostly perfect answers. Um, and we've seen zero demons. More than likely, I would assume that very little people know about these demons, or they don't exist. But either way, perception is reality. So he has not. We'll give him that. He hasn't been caught out with his bird out, uh, flipping on a lawn with some hoes. It's not been nothing like that. It's been a real classy guy this entire time. But to me, anybody that stays this squeaky clean is typically a politician or president. These days, the bar is kind of low. Former cokeheads and uh, different assault charges, the bar is kind of low. But um, he's been squeaky clean for a very long time. And I feel as though I don't know if anybody agrees with me or thinks that this could happen. I know he wants to be an owner of an NBA team. I think that's pretty easy for him to get at this point. Um, I can see him easily sneaking in through sneaking in a minority and then getting his way up to a majority. I don't know if it's going to be Cleveland because there's a lot of little animosity there. Um, but my question: will LeBron James be president of the United States?